Mizo ranta
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you all for sparing your precious time to attend our demonstration against illegal immigration in India. We are very fortunate to have a list of people from different states who are having good experiences in this field. DMZP as an organization believes that it is the duty of the student union to initiate and lead a movement against illegal immigration, which is now a threat for the affected state. We stand for the welfare of the people and will not tolerate any illegal activities that can hamper the peace and harmony of the state. Our fight will continue and will not be put to rest until our problems and demands are addressed by the competent authorities by the state and the central government. Với này hiện local com lô chung chung kan loma kan thil ti chana hian kan shia kan chenga chu wang chuan mi a tlem le tama hian kan goi lo kan vil ro hian kan nam ve nei chok chuak se ti kan dua one man can change the world ti chuan heti za mi pui ro kan khom hian Mizo nationalism mi kan nor nung theni ti kan chenga chu wang chuan voi na kan thil ti a hian kan pi pu te na lu chum ba chum go ma an lo sa kok to kan ram hi illegal immigrants wa ka chani kan phal lo wa kan chan don ngai lo wa kan chan lo tur zia shet ti na a teu lo mai ti sa turin thluang ai lo soma
Professor Joy L.K. Pachuau from John A. University, the History Department. Professor Joy has authored a book in 2016, Being Mizo, which was a prize-winning book, which was by the Indian History Congress. And she was also co-author of Camera as Witness, A Social History of Mizoram, Northeast India. Our second speaker is from Assam, is Upamanyu Hazarika, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court. Our third speaker is the Honorable Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha from Mizoram, Ronald Sapa. Our final speaker is the CYMA President, Vanlalruata, Vanlalruata. The CYMA, for those who are unfamiliar with the CYMA, is also known as the Central Young Mizo Association, established in 1935. They have stood for protecting and furthering the interests of Mizos in Mizoram and elsewhere. Now I'd like to call our first speaker, Professor Joy.
I want to thank you for inviting me to speak this afternoon and to address all of you. As you all know, I'm an academic, I'm a historian, and I'm an anthropologist. So the kind of take that one has on these issues is a take that is a bit distant from, I guess, how each and every one of you are feeling this afternoon. I'm sorry I have to play this part of a boring academic and try and bring out certain issues. The first thing that has often been pointed out is about the indigeneity. The other thing that I wanted to say is, because since I know the region of Mizoram much better than the rest of the Northeast, I will be focusing on Mizoram. There are representatives from other states as well, and one will expect them to speak about their respective states. But with regard to Mizoram and the recent issue about illegal Chakma immigration, the question of indigeneity, if you look at it from historical records, we all know, and as the president of the Central YMA has already mentioned, there were small pockets of Chakma inhabited areas within Mizoram. We cannot deny that. But that does not necessarily mean that all the Chakmas are indigenous to Mizoram. And I think that is something that we must bear in mind. And claims to indigeneity, I think, are incorrect in a way, or illegal from that point of view. The other thing, there are many other, I received a representation from certain Chakma civil society members yesterday, and the idea that they had was that this kind of gathering is against all Chakmas in Mizoram. And I think we are very clear here today, this afternoon, to once again reiterate that the demonstration is against illegal Chakma immigration and means and ways in which one can curb that. And I think this is something that we need to remember at all times, that these claims, we have to question these claims to indigeneity, but at the same time recognize the rights of those who are legally in Mizoram, and also question the claims of those who claim to be, who are illegal immigrants. And I think that is something that we need to remember. The third thing that, however, that I would like to state at this point of time is that in any movement, any movement, whether it was the Indian national movement or any other kind of movement that build up the nation, national identity or identity, we need to remember that the means are just as important as the ends. The means are very, very important. And so therefore, it is my request to all the civil society that is working against illegal immigration in the Northeast to take into consideration what are the means that we are following. We need to introspect and see whether these means are legal or not, whether it is within the constitutional framework of the Indian Constitution or not. And we should not go beyond our reach, because if the means and the ends do not coincide, then the victory that we have will be extremely hollow. And I think, therefore, this is a point of introspection. I think all of us tend to be spurred by nationalism, and at certain points we ride on the crest of nationalism without considering how are we reaching those ends, how are we reaching those means. And I think as a student body here, as people who are thinking people, we need to continue to reflect on those means in order to gain the ends that we are looking for. So I want to once again thank all of you for coming, recognize the fact that all of you are politically conscious, very important, recognize the fact that we are fighting for our rights, that is also very important, but also in the meantime to also think about what kind of ways are we trying to ensure that these rights of ours are protected. So thank you very much.
They could be about 1 lakh right now. So these cannot be a biological growth or a normal growth. So I don't need to emphasize on any other points. Just by looking at the size of the population of CYMA in Mizoram, what we are doing today is very rightful things. We have been complaining about these illegal immigrants, foreigners, infiltration, influx in the state of Mizoram to the Government of India highest authorities, but nothing worked. The BSF, who are responsible for guarding the international borders, we complain about their inactivities to the higher authorities. The report submitted to Government of India by BSF regarding these Bangladesh borders, the numbers of infiltrators, illegal immigrants, is always nil, which is very surprising. And if you look at the report submitted to Government of India by BSF, you'll be surprised, you'll be shocked. When we complain these things, nobody listened to the grievances of the Mizo society. In fact, we Mizo peoples are peace-loving society. We never create problems, never chase anybody like comparing. If you look at the other northeastern states' activities, we're so peaceful. I think that is why the Government of India does not listen to the petitions of the Mizo societies. From today onwards, I think we have enough strength. We have educated students in Delhi also, like as you're gathering today. From today onwards, I think we can move forward to fight against the illegal immigrants from Bangladesh in Mizoram. If you look at the CYMA Autonomous District Council, I'm not actually finger point at the CYMAs alone, but majority of the influx communities are CYMA. That's why I actually have to mention that again. The way how this CYMA Autonomous District Council is being established in the parliament or whatever the government procedures being followed, we believe there were some lapses at that time. So now the Central YMA recent General Conference resolved that the unlawful establishments of CYMA Autonomous District Council should be looked into and examined and do the needful thing according to the laws. So now what we are trying to do is we'll find out what could be the best solution for the Mizo societies in respect to CYMA Autonomous District Council today. And looking at the CYMA activities today, they even come to the ISOL and claim for their rightful technical quotas and other things. But indigenous is always only for the indigenous. I don't need to stretch on that line. So we Mizos are indigenous people. I don't need to go and learn about that. So nobody else is there to challenge or take our rights. So we'll fight whatever the challenges or threats to the Mizo societies in regards to the quotas or whatever the incentive we have. We'll always stand against that. So let us unite together and look forward and fight for our rights. Delhi Mizo Zirlai Thank you.
I'm very happy to see that the Delhi Mizo population, particularly the young group, has organized itself and is coming forth on an issue which is extremely important for all of us in the Northeast, particularly for Assam, because the problem that you face, we have faced in multiple measures and multiple counts in Assam. But before I come to Assam, I have had the issues that are there, because the issues are by and large common to all of us. And why is it that illegal migration into the Northeast is always an issue? why does it impact us more? The answer actually lies in that in all over India you have 525 ethnic communities, out of whom 247 are packed into northeast and all of them into narrow geographical confines. Now when you are in such narrow geographical confines, any insertion or any injection or any infiltration of a large, of what would be a 10 or 20,000 or 30,000 number can probably endanger a particular community. I mean, let's look at Mizoram statistics for instance. I believe the population is about 12 lakhs. As your president of the CYMA said, there were 1,000 odd in 100 odd in 1901 and risen to 11,000 odd in 1950, 2,000 in about 80 lakhs, 80,000 or to a lakh now. Now, which makes it about 9 to 10% of the population. Now, of course, you see, there are certain people who are victims of in the various, because whether it be a minority persecution, etc. Chakmas no doubt are there, and they are therefore being driven to take refuge in other countries. Nobody really takes refuge in other countries. But the point is, what impact or effect does it have on the local indigenous population? Which is why the northeast is particularly important, because when you have 247 communities and all packed into small areas like Arunachal Pradesh, with a population around 14 lakhs, I think, 13 lakhs, you could give full citizenship rights, with all rights, concomitant rights to all those Chakmas and Hagachons who come. They may be refugees in our homeland, but then at the end of the day, when they get equal political rights, they become 10% of the population. As a result of it, 2 or 3 tribes may probably face extinction. And this is what we are facing in Assam, have been facing in Assam for the last 100 years, aggravated and accelerated in the last 30 years. And the situation is such that by 2040, that there are 3 independent studies which say that either by 2040 or 47 or 51, indigenous will become a minority in Assam. So today we are grappling with a far bigger threat, not only in Mizoram but also in Assam, because today our own identity, and Assam is home to about at least 60-70 of these ethnic communities. We have Manipuris, we have Meiteis, we have Kukis, we have all ethnic communities in the northeast are represented in some form or the other in Assam, and all of them would be washed away if we get into this. Now, today that all of us are here, and it's very important that, because Delhi is the center place, what is it that a role that we can take? Firstly, and it is very important, I feel, that publicity, educating the rest of the country, educating the rest of the world, that we are victims, not aggressors. That's very important. Because today we are always painted as aggressors. In Assam it becomes a Hindu-Muslim issue, because the migrants are largely Muslims. In Arunachal and Mizoram, they will be painted as, it may not be religious, but it says there will be a tribal kind of, an ethnic kind of, a minority persecution kind of. The point is that people forget that we were generous enough to have given them refuge in the first place. Nobody is saying that those who came in early and those who have been there for long are not entitled to equal rights, because the Constitution does guarantee such rights. But at the end of the day, it is our identity which cannot be compromised in any manner, and for which, therefore, protection of our own identity is singularly important. We are fighting, and I am very happy here that in Mizoram today, that there is a unity. There is not only a unity amongst your various organizations, the CYMA, which is the lead organization, but the political class, which is represented in the Honorable Member of Parliament over here, but all the students over here are getting together. It is this kind of a unity, because there has to be because on an issue of identity, there cannot be any dissension or any kind of a dissonance amongst all of us. We have to be together and we have to carry it forward. But there are 2-3 things that we need to work for. Because, I need to tell you a bit about myself and ourselves. For the last 5-6 years, we've been running an anti-infiltration movement in Assam. Being a senior advocate in the Supreme Court, I was also appointed as a port commissioner to do an inspection of the border, Indo-Bangla border, and gave in 4 reports 2 years ago. And now I've been running a movement on the ground, a movement basically which says that we need protection. The protection which Mizoram, Arunachal to a large extent have been freed from the Bangladeshi aggression is to the reason that there is protection for resources for the local indigenous people. This is the kind of protection which we seek and which your assembly can give us. But what is the role that you in Delhi, or all of us in Delhi who are here, can play in this race? there are two distinct roles that I feel that you can play. First is gather facts. Gather facts as to how infiltration has affected the local indigenous communities in the particular area. What is the difference it has made to the lifestyle? Who has been forced to vacate their lands? How have we been deprived of our resources? What in that? So then that has to be put out in the public domain. Mizoram has a distinct advantage. It has one of the most literate state in the country and literate in English, because that's the language that the rest of the world also speaks. So you can, I mean, I would request you also to come and assign and understand our facts and do that. In this connection, I would also ask you, request you to go to the YouTube and look up a documentary we've made on this subject, Assam the Giant Silent Genocide. It's a 31-minute documentary. I've given it, forwarded to CV, one of the organizers. She's seen it. It's on her WhatsApp. I forwarded to Sabha, I gave it to you. But basically, it's Assam the Silent Genocide, which documents factually the impact and effect of migration and what is the way forward. Because today, we cannot simply be going around saying that this is the problem and something needs to be done. What needs to be done has to be addressed. What needs to be done, as far as I can gather, the Mizoram has a 200-kilometer border, 180 to 200-kilometer border. And it is in a particular segment, there is a large section of infiltrators who come in, who have grown in number. The issue, therefore, is identifying the citizens from the infiltrator. Now that exercise is a factual exercise which can be carried out by the state government or anyone, by the central government, because you need to issue national population register certificates, or you can update the national register of citizens over there. Secondly, and more important, and this is a campaign which we are running, what I would propose, and the honorable MP is also here, is that primarily migration happens because of access, because they seek access to resources. If we have a cut-off date, that for anyone who seeks access to resources, it's only those who came after that date, or prior to that date, will be entitled, and those who coming after that date, and they will have to prove that they or their ancestors were present on that particular date, that they will not be entitled to access to resources. Then I see to a large extent that a lot of this problem will not happen. Because as I understand the issue which is centric to me, because a large number of Chakmas, it is very difficult to distinguish infiltrators from non-infiltrators. So what you can do is that therefore you document them. Document in terms of not only them but the rest of the population also, as to who was there in 51, who was there in 71, who was there in 2001. So if you have a trail or footprint over here, over time, and say that resources will be reserved or will be entitled only to those, I think to a large extent the grievances that people have, the local population would have, would be addressed, because those who came in later, those who may not be citizens, will not be entitled to access to resources. So we actually also need to look at solutions.
Parliament session Kalta Khan Kantokwipa Patelan Kilaya Takmaishu Tunta Khan Zona Zero Arazot Kutmaya Kamichale Natuka Saiturin Nitin Kadila Unam Tegangava Atopa Pejokakia no Maya Saituka Felutuka when we are famous on Sukan Savera Maro to Mami Tekan Sap Token Share Game is out to say to remain on Pia. So walk to the Yangin, Tumber, and Yangin, Nampuitokin Cantonga. Voila local com Sunny and Jiang Korea. Immigration, the Trump Peloma, Kalaya Karin, illegal immigrants, so foreigner, dear Site. Dole Tura, India Pumbo, Monkam Tura. Hey, event you will say, and again, a local commonia. This so Pammy Pemase, Kapami, the can get the Nigeria, and say Toilama, a local over the Citizenship Act, original, Ina Umsakas Bosama, Panga, foreign and Itu Tegani, Atina, John, illegal immigrants to foreigner passport or travel document engma ni lawa India ramalauluta lo cham den ta te anni ati top mai ni tichuan sa so songret pasarikan kami amendment kha aw velia kami ve thum ka chuan sa ka so somale sa songret pasarikara lo lu zong zong kha piang zong zong kha khole tuen ni ti kha puang tamaya hey hian Mizoram le notice be puite ang ngong nge me ma bara khaye me ma voi ne nei boi no siam tu chu ta ni ti chuan ke di notice khilaya ngam khang vulnerable mm ho hian har sa la khang chero tin kha kan nei vek amar chu ke ni big te chuan kan problem chu he foreigner kan ti te hi kan la khiat tamem lem lo Bangladesh atanga local Abdullah te Ali te ho cement mystery ti vela ka local chaw te ken nia ki pocket tam nangia ania adik tak chuan Kachar Valley ta local angen chala document tak nei lo gen tam maya to nai loka ita asam rifle kuat ka thomnawa na te ka chu anway tel ania an strike ang ti lo khop tagen anomani ek police kha ka chu ai issue ber an lem lo voi ni kan sai tum ho chu an mal anam min at the point an sai ilo te lo ila sakma foreign issue ania kumsa ka sa kwala pakhat che pui ma sabera kha Mizoram sakma puitling za sop ko pariat anom to ti nia in history na record dan chuanin in do pui panina puak pura lo lu tho sakma le in anua te po British hawina rei lo te temporary ta na alang ne pek kha alo ka ma sa te khan nia te chuan kum sang chu som thum patu ba pe chuan pu de bi chara na chu mi so pa achung khat ne na lo kala ten rei lo te tu ra ti ania chulai chuan leiman kha ka ti lai khan Mizotan kum khata tangkani ani lain khang chakma ka chu tangkanga an choi tira tin dan bo che chuan thaga chunga Bangladesh norle le tu ti ani bok ani ti chuanin chakma Bangladesh kana ka ti Bangladesh chakma ka ti okay an homeland chu tun ma chuan Arakan Burma Kenya Katrakan Saka Zanga Vela Allo Luta Katrakan Voini Kenya Tambet Stakianama Chu Wangin Chakma Hau He Mizoram indigenous status Anina Alilava Chakma Chitakongku and indigenous Nina Anizok Hoverin upon Ane.
Before I come to the topic and before I speak why we come here today, I grew up in a synod around Presbyterian school. Wow. So after hearing almost 15-minute speech of our honorable Rajya Sabha member, I feel like I'm back in my college school days where we used to witness our sermons in both Mizos. So coming to the topic, the Northeast India is facing a dreaded disease called illegal immigrants. Today, the people of Mizoram, people of Assam and Arunachal Pradesh is facing this problem. As I come here to represent Arunachal Pradesh, so I would speak few points and few issues. And today we have a huge issue regarding illegal immigrants in Arunachal Pradesh, which consists of Miyas, Bangladeshis, etc., etc. But today we are focusing on Chakmas and Hazong. That is infringing our right. The Chakmas and Hazong who came in the year 1964, they were around only 15,000, and now they have grown up to 1 lakh population. I don't know how they used to, what is their way of like giving birth, whether they used to give birth twice a year or I don't know. So this is impossible. And today we need to raise voice against this. Chakmas are 1 lakh population. People, the Chakmas were accommodated, were kept in the Dune area where the Thai Kamti, the tribe of Arunachal Pradesh, they are endangered as per the UNO record. And Chakmas are going to outnumber, and they are outnumbering. One instance that happened to me. I am an indigenous tribe of Arunachal Pradesh. some people tried to organize a program in this auditorium in Delhi University, since I was the cultural secretary of Delhi University, and Chakmas were going to represent Arunachal Pradesh. So I went, I got the news, and this was a scenario. They haven't, at that time, the verdict of Supreme Court also was not given. They were about to represent us. I got the news, I got a call from back home, what you are doing. I took some guys and I went and I cancelled. And then the Chakmas, All India Chakma Student Association, they went to Dusu office, they complained that he is not maintaining communal harmony, he is such a person, and they strike me off and they suspended me from Delhi University. Later on, this is the guts of Chakma.
Parliament ako tu soy tu asoya along kati. He Hnamte diyan atul chon cho polo Hnamte se kati doni. Semua kepo kapel to at Hnamte ni tak sing dam chana kandam to don lo ani po di to thawin ka biya. So wa chuan atul ni tak sa polo tuar de ro se he nam hian chat chuangai to. Hoi ni hian ni chira kan president polo soy khan Pem punnain kan rama foreigner ho wan lo mega ni hi. So wa ko velan ram nei chun na soyang khan sarkar angan nei ve chun chu Mizoram chiani. Chu mi chunga chon Mizo te hi in mun pok an nei thal to lo tun an ban la be ka ni. Ti lui nei DMZP ten chol bu kat sa thei ram chawani to a. Chu wa chon ti zong kan hoi lo chuan Zirlai thane ngai thei top chua mai la. Heng ho hian min chim ral si chuan voinia kan mi khwal pani nok sak hian min ti boina sa ni voinia po ti chila ka soyang khan beka than tui luanga kan member ten an tho kho bin he thil lo oi ho ngai ta a tui kuk ni sela voinia Supreme Court a min king maker chu mi sen sawatan chor voinia po ke ni central OMR got pon advancing amar ruai a cheng nuai ni singa kar ma sa lo khan kan pe nak tu ga po kan ukil te bu kan tu mani. So mi piala ma MZP al laking boka Mizoram sarkar al laking boka ni. Chutiang khop chon kan mi khwal huang tao pani hian min sok to a. Choi kan Zirlai te u kati do ni. In online pon nam mangai zong in online to te u kati do. Tu te mo in sei sel mai lo le Mizo in dem mai lo hian. He nam hian chan to ngai to a. Tha tu te tanga nam huai sen kan intia ni ma se voi nia hian kan politician te hi an tol ruzul dia ko mi ka sai no kan chu chak maria candidate nei lo ku kan tia party nei lo ho chi nan ngam party nei ho chu nan ngam kat lo voi nia hian chu wan he nam hian chan to wanga em voinia thang thar political party apolai nam noi velo riu thiang him innocent kan ti ho te I thang harang o kan tu chuan te lo kal tu te dan he ram hi ho I hum hi mangu tin ka som du chu ni kalome
voin lo kal khom zong zong te ka Zirlai pui te ama sai Mizo Zirlai te ai oil me su za headquarters ni in Sabha chu bai ka buk cheu ni Mizo te hi ma sang atang tuin mi khwal laka that cho thin kan lia chu kan mi khwal chang rei takam ho hian an thelo ni chuan an ti sual lian ber ani dor ani kan ram hu him lan hian atu ni chuan mi khwal chunga hian that chuak thin mai la mi lula ki kan se ngai lo ni kum ma sa tui chong chua dan lovin khua an dina chu da chuan kan zukala an khua chu san turin kan dia tui chong atangin longin kilometer minute som panga longin kan kala chu khua a chuan electric transformer thatak alo oma sikul thatak an nei ani he khoi dan lo din ania environment sikul te in sak kan dia sarkara kan nora chuak turin an dia sarkar in chuak tura ti chu Supreme Court a High Court an king halani min zalo je chu country kan zukal nong le kan request ko mai takin ti angai kan ram chunga lui kama an mi pa ten chem tum an ke ga in ang sak thar kha sa ro gan ti chu da chun an nula ten min non sual nga ma a chekin re min lo an trong gan chelo en nge an soi chu ka chi kan long nam bil an tu mani kha mu na khan kan in sa lo na ka in chi khat ko ani lo chu da chuan ang sikul that em an chuan em chu akang ta dur dura longa trama tui chong kan khen chungin India ram puma kha sikul ka kha adar veka Mizo Zirlai Mizo Students Union an local kan sikulan hal direct di in ko vel theta min pu chiani lunglei kan khen chu battalion khatin min lo mana lunglei sa sai zela ka chong te a kan una te an hong an aria CADC a chong na thak pa kan ti te om kan ti te an om chumi te chu sikulan nei ve an sikul chu tlek klekin om amaro chu an ni chuan an en sanga an sikul po an sat sak du lo ni keini in duat e min zirna kan pe kan khoi ngama ma se chu ti chung chung kan missionary te an phata min wawa a che theyang perin ti hian central sarkar an zual ko min he chi ni aram lei lung fa te zo hum halova he nam kan ram chen san tu me mo sa he thak tum zo wa kan central sarkar hian ma ala ani chuan Mizo fa te thi sen hi kan ram hum himna a chua thul ni ko chuak me ti central sarkar le khovel hi tharo se boinia hian Nachina kan ma pon soi do kan MP zom tak te nan soi do ma sang atanga lo om ve toi chu thatakin om ro se hera ma hi nan che du ni chu thatakin an che na ngai ama ero chu foreigner lam mun dang atangin la lu nam te helam sarkara intikap tum nam te an mang ani chuan boinia hian kan mi kual te thatakin kan en ko to lo nga ti dan kan thebe si atu zo kan sik neu toang voi ne lo ka khom zong zong ta ka cha du chu nakin lo ka chuan chak ba minister chak ma IAA samo kan pu te no mang ti kan hlau ngoi voi ne India ram ko bui ber Delhi Zirlai te hi kan ngen lom du chu ni Mizoram atang hian he muna hian in oba khongai takin ram mangai na ril ru voi ne kan puthi ron pu zel ula engineer tharung ni ula doctor tharung ni ula officer tharung ni teu central service ai na tam thei ang berlu dila he kan ram kan nam hi I chan zela u Delhi DMZP vuren ro sekalobe
DMZP propose the following points for our collective approval. The first point: illegal migration in India here. In the case of the northeast, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram, Manipur, Nagaland and Tripura had severely led to turmoil, violent activities and disturbances within the region in the past. We urge the authorities, the central and the state governments to give utmost priority to the situations and find corrective measures in order to control and resolve the problem already faced. Second, we request the central and the state governments to constitute an invigilation team, including representatives from civil society organizations, to look into the causes and the consequences of illegal migration and possible solutions in the region. We believe that this will immensely contribute in resolving the problems effectively. Third, we demand the state governments to have a proper state, district, subdivisions and village-level population registration monitoring mechanisms and closely vigilate the birth and death registration in border areas. This will definitely cross-check village-level population registration to the best level and thus further prevent inclusion of illegal migrants through unscrupulous means. The fourth, the Border Security Force, BSF, are less vigilant to guard the border areas as they were pledged to guard the nation. We therefore urge the central government to detail security forces and construct checkposts and watch towers in the sensitive areas to check the illegal infiltrators. Fifth, we are not against the bona fide citizens of India or any community in particular. However, we urge the cooperation of communities in the border areas in identifying illegal immigrants as well as protecting the rights of native citizens against infiltration. Sixth, the Citizenship Amendment Bill. 2006, which attempt to grant citizenship on the grounds of religion is a threat to the minorities and various communities of the Northeast states, as this violates Article 14 of the Indian Constitution, which guaranteed equality before law. 7. Last but not least, we urge Central and the state to hold discussion with various stakeholders and find measures to resolve the problems of illegal migration in the Northeast states. To show our approval and to pass this resolution, let us raise our right hand and say yes.
Thank you. On behalf of DMZP, first of all, I'd like to thank God for this event today. It's been a long planned event for this day, so it's only because of him that we can gather here today. So first of all, I want to thank you, Almighty God. And secondly, to our distinguished guests and speakers for today, Professor Joy L.K. Pachuau, our Honorable MP, Mr. Ronald Sapa Tlau, and also Senior Advisor to DMZP, Mr. Vanlalruata, Central YMA President, and Mr. Lalngheta, Vice President, Central YMA, and Mr. Upamanyu Hazarika, Senior to the Supreme Court, and Mr. Romjir Rakshap, Advisor to SUD, and MSU President, Mr. R.B. Lalmalsawma. Thank you all for making this program a success by giving an encouraging, motivating speech. And on behalf of DMZP, I'd like to say thank you, ma'am, sir. And thank you, the media, for covering this event today. And finally, thank you for all the people who came here today in making this program a success. It's all because of your support and dedication to this program. And I would also like to request to continue support the activities of DMZP in the future. And finally, I would like to say also thanks to the other fellow students who came for today, KSO, SUD, and some student union. Thank you for coming today. And lastly, I would like to say that it's always been the way of the DMZP to help others protect, preserve, and teach our Mizo culture here in Delhi. And we've been doing this for almost 60 years, and we'll keep doing that. And we strongly believe that it's a great privilege, and we took great pride in organizing this event today. I would also like to say that DMZP is and will always stand for the people of Mizoram.